Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Perkenalkan, nama saya Noviatul Rohmah. Saya dosen tetap di Prodi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris, Fakultas Keguruan dan Ilmu Pendidikan Universitas Muhammadiyah Gresik. Saya bergabung sebagai dosen tetap di Prodi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris di Universitas Muhammadiyah Gresik sejak tahun 2020. Terkait dengan riwayat pendidikan, saya menempuh S1 di Universitas Muhammadiyah Malang dengan mengambil jurusan Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris. Untuk jenjang S2, saya mengambil di universitas yang sama, yaitu Universitas Muhammadiyah Malang, dengan mengambil jurusan Magister Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris. Di Prodi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris, saya mengampu beberapa mata kuliah, di antaranya adalah Basic Speaking Skill, Academic Reading, Extensive Reading, dan Teaching Speaking. Mata kuliah yang pertama yaitu mata kuliah Basic Speaking Skill. Di sini diharapkan mahasiswa mampu untuk mengembangkan kemampuannya dalam berbahasa Inggris secara lisan atau speaking skill dalam tingkatan yang dasar. Adapun beberapa pokok bahasan dalam mata kuliah ini adalah collecting someone's personal information, describing people, art and music, tourism places, job and professions, food and beverages, and directions. Mata kuliah selanjutnya adalah extensive reading. Di extensive reading ini, mahasiswa diharapkan dapat mengembangkan kemampuan membaca dengan membaca berbagai macam teks secara ekstensif, serta membaca bacaan yang autentik dan relatif panjang yang berisi materi serta pengetahuan umum. Dan selanjutnya siswa diharapkan untuk mempunyai kemampuan untuk menganalisis dan mengevaluasi berbagai teks yang mengacu pada tujuan dan penggunaannya. Sedangkan pokok bahasan dalam extensive reading adalah fiction and non-fiction, biography and autobiography, comic and its terminology, movie review, serta artikel. Selanjutnya adalah mata kuliah Academic Reading Skill. Dalam mata kuliah Academic Reading Skill ini, mahasiswa diharapkan untuk mampu menganalisa, mensintesa, mengevaluasi untuk berbagai macam jenis teks dalam tingkatan lanjut atau tingkatan advance. Adapun pokok bahasanya adalah yang pertama adalah how to preview an article. Sedangkan yang kedua adalah reading for the main ideas. Yang selanjutnya adalah using context for vocabulary, scanning for details, making for inferences, identifying exceptions, locating references, and referring to passage. Sedangkan untuk Tridharma tidak hanya pengajaran saja seperti yang sudah saya sebutkan di terdahulu, tapi juga meliputi penelitian dan juga pengabdian masyarakat. Adapun penelitian yang pernah saya lakukan ada beberapa, di antaranya adalah yang pertama, the application of teaching English using video log at rural area, a case of Thailand of English foreign language student, yang mana penelitian ini dipublikasi di jurnal Bersinta 4, yaitu Jurnal Project, Professional Journal of English Education. Sedangkan publikasi yang kedua, yaitu penelitian tentang improving the students' reading comprehension through the KWL technique, di mana penelitian ini dipublikasikan di jurnal JETLAL yang terakreditasi Sinta 5, yaitu Journal of English Teaching Literature and Applied Linguistics. Selain pengajaran dan penelitian, saya juga melakukan pengabdian, yang saya yakin pengabdian ini juga berdampak karena kami dari Fakultas Keguruan dan Ilmu Pendidikan berupaya untuk menerapkan pendidikan atau mengevaluasi pendidikan atau melakukan hal-hal yang terkait dengan kemajuan pendidikan. Adapun pengabdian yang pernah saya lakukan adalah yang pertama, tentang digitalisasi peningkatan kualitas pembelajaran listening dalam bahasa Inggris di SMA Muhammadiyah 1, yang mana pengabdian ini luarannya diterbitkan dalam jurnal dedikasimu, Journal of Community Service, yang mana jurnal ini terakreditasi Sinta 5. Sedangkan pengabdian yang kedua masih terkait dengan pendidikan, yaitu tentang English Camp Assistant by using the need analysis to strengthen student speaking skill at SMA Muhammadiyah 1, di mana dalam pengabdian ini saya bekerja sama dengan mahasiswa untuk melakukan need analysis dan juga bagaimana cara-cara untuk encourage siswa agar nantinya bisa melalui English Camp itu bisa terbiasa untuk menggunakan bahasa Inggris. Untuk pengabdian ini diterbitkan dalam jurnal Jadwal atau Journal of English Teaching, Literature and Applied Linguistics, di mana jurnal ini sudah terakreditasi Sinta 5. Mata kuliah Teaching Speaking adalah mata kuliah yang saya ampu di Prodi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris. Dalam mata kuliah ini diharapkan mahasiswa mampu untuk menyiapkan diri dasar-dasar mengajar bahasa Inggris sebagai bahasa asing atau teaching English as a foreign language dengan menitikberatkan pada pengajaran kemampuan berbicara atau speaking skill. Adapun beberapa pokok bahasan dalam teaching speaking adalah yang pertama, the principle of teaching speaking. Dalam hal ini diharapkan mahasiswa mampu untuk memahami dasar-dasar bagaimana mengajar speaking sebelum mereka benar-benar mengajar speaking di kelas. Kemudian yang kedua adalah teaching speaking technique and teaching speaking activities, di mana di sini mahasiswa diharapkan mampu untuk mengetahui dan mempraktekkan berbagai macam teknik serta aktivitas yang ada di kelas speaking. Kemudian selanjutnya adalah managing speaking class, bagaimana mahasiswa mampu untuk mengorganisir siswa di dalam kelas sehingga mereka encourage untuk berbicara dengan menggunakan bahasa Inggris. Selanjutnya adalah teaching speaking using conventional media dan teaching speaking using MOL and COL atau mobile assistant language learning and computer assistant language learning. Ada beberapa macam media yang diharapkan dipahami oleh siswa untuk digunakan sebagai media pengajaran di dalam kelas, baik itu konvensional, contohnya dengan menggunakan flashcard, dengan menggunakan realia, dengan menggunakan pictures, dan lain sebagainya, maupun dengan menggunakan media yang bersifat teknologi use atau dengan menggunakan teknologi atau AI, yaitu dengan menggunakan mobile assisted language learning atau computer assisted language learning. Kemudian selanjutnya adalah assessing speaking, di mana di sini mahasiswa diharapkan mampu untuk membuat exercise yang terkait dengan speaking, baik itu formatif maupun sumatif. Di formatif adalah exercise yang scaffolding siswa agar nantinya goal atau capaian pembelajaran untuk satu topik tertentu bisa tercapai. Dan yang tidak kalah penting, siswa juga diharapkan mampu untuk membuat lesson plan atau rencana pembelajaran, di mana dalam rencana pembelajaran ini siswa mampu untuk menerapkan mulai dari pre-teaching, while teaching, sampai dengan post-teaching, sehingga apa yang mereka rencanakan bisa dilaksanakan di dalam kelas. Di dalam 3 pertemuan yang terakhir, siswa diharapkan untuk mampu mempraktekkan dalam bentuk micro-teaching dengan teman-temannya kegiatan pengajaran teaching speaking mulai dari prinsip dan juga teknik, kemudian bagaimana aktivitinya, bagaimana how to manage the class, using the media, kemudian assessing, lesson plan, mulai dari awal sampai dengan akhir. Adapun mata kuliah ini, teaching speaking mempunyai bobot 3 SKS dengan alokasi waktu 3 kali 50 menit, yaitu kurang lebih 150 menit, di mana 50 menit yang pertama menjelaskan materi, 50 menit yang kedua adalah penugasan dan diskusi, serta 50 menit yang ketiga adalah assessment dan feedback. Mata kuliah ini terdiri dari 16 kali tatap muka, di mana 14 kali tatap muka untuk pertemuan aktif, dan 2 kali tatap muka untuk ujian tengah semester dan ujian akhir semester. Sedangkan untuk bobot penilaian terdiri dari tugas terstruktur individu maupun tugas terstruktur kelompok yang masing-masing bobotnya 25%, serta capaian pembelajaran khusus 1 yang berupa UTS dan capaian pembelajaran khusus 2 yang berupa UAS yang masing-masing bobotnya adalah 50%. Oke, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, good morning everyone.
Morning.
So how are you doing?
Good.
Good, feeling well?
Okay, today we are going to the next material, in which the material is related with how to assess speaking skills for EFL. Do you know what is EFL? English Foreign Language. What do you think? Why speaking is so important to assess? Because of what? Anyone knows? Because it is producing the skill of speaking. So because speaking is unique, it is a kind of production of thing for speaking. So it needs a specific things to assess it. And here we are going to learn about the strategies, criteria, and tools for assessing speaking. And then there are some key components of speaking. The first is pronunciation. In pronunciation, you need clarify, stressing, and intonation. And then the next one is the fluency. It is the ability to speak smoothly without unnatural pauses. It means that you can speak fluent without any kind of and etc. And then the third one is about the grammar. It related with the accuracy and complexity of the structure in building a sentence. And then the next one is the vocabulary. It is the range and how to use the appropriate vocabulary for speaking. And the last one is about the comprehension. It is the ability to understand and respond appropriately. Now, we know about the types of the speaking activities. Anyone give me the idea what are the speaking activities? Figo?
Debate, role play.
Yeah, we have a debate, role play. What else? Najwa? Speech, storytelling, presentation, discussion. Those are the kind of or types of the speaking activities. Meanwhile, it is divided into two. The first one is monologue and the second one is dialogue. What is the difference between monologue and dialogue?
Monologue is one person and then dialogue is like a two-way conversation.
It's very nice. And then the other one is divided into the interactive tasks. You may assess your students individually or in a group, so that you will know the ability when they are practicing speaking in a group or individually. And then the next one, we have the types of assessment. There will be formative and summative. Atau kalau misalnya di kita mengenal apa? Ada UTS dan ada UAS. So what is the difference between formative and summative? Anyone knows? If it is formative means it is not covering one material, but only part of it. But if it is summative, it is covering all the material. And then the second one, anyone give me the example of the formative? For example, like a quiz, exercises. What else? Giving the example of the dialogue and etc. So the next one is about formal and informal test. There will be structured test in which you give a clue, you give the instruction, and the second one is informal, in which you will have a spontaneous speaking. And the next one about the rubric. You need the rubric to to assess, to give a score to your student. This is the example of the criteria of the rubric. You may assessing about the fluency. What else? Grammar, pronunciation, and task completion. Okay, and then the tool for assessment. There will be a digital tools. For example, like Duolingo, and then what else? Yeah, okay, good. And then the next one is about Flipgrid. There will be recording, or you may creating a Google Classroom, and then you may creating an AI tool such as Elsa Speak. Okay. And then what is the challenging in assessing speaking? Anyone knows? When you assess your students for speaking, what are the challenging? You yourself, reflect to you. When you have a speaking test, what do you feel? Nervous. And then lack of vocabulary. What else? The pronunciation. So how to overcome that? Practice more. And since your students is not English, because it is an English foreign language student, so it is difficult for them to pronounce it well, and also the limited of time. For example, you just give 2 minutes to introduce yourself. So what do you feel? 2 minutes, I have to do this, and to do this. So it makes them feeling pressure and trembling, yeah. And then how to best practice? Use consistent rubric and train assessors for the speaking assessors, and then provide clear instruction and also sample answers, and allow students to practice speaking tasks before assessment. And the last one is encourage self or peer assessment. Let them practice with their friends before they are going to be assessed, yeah. And then here I will also give you the example of rubric for scoring. There are some criteria. This is the example of the assessing dialogue. Jadi saya memberikan contoh bagaimana mengassess untuk dialog. There will be some of the items such as fluency, what else? Pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary, and interactive response. So how to score it? So I give 4.1 up to 4, in which it divide into, if it is 0.4 means that the student have an excellent point, and then if it is 0.3 it means that they are good, and if it is 0.2 it means they are fair, and the bad one is 0.1. So it means that the students needs an improvement. So how to score it? Here it is. If 18 to 20, it means that students have an excellent performance, and the below 10, it means that the students need an improvement. And here also I give you the example of student worksheet with the theme of asking and giving direction. So here the example. First, it's about the vocabulary building. How to measure the students' vocabulary. Here there will be, on the right side is Indonesian language, on the left side is the English language. So they have to know about the expression and the meanings. And then the second one, I'm not going to ask you to do that, but I need you to know about it. And then the next one is guided dialogue. So it is important for them because the theme is about asking and giving. So they can ask and they also can give the instruction related with the direction. And then the next one is role play. Here the instruction is work in a pairs because it is dialogue. And then the teacher will ask the students to choosing about the topic there. Student want to go to the nearest ATM, kemudian a stranger is looking for the bus, blah blah blah. So it means there will be several topics that can be chosen by the students. And then here the criteria of the scoring. The first is the pronunciation, fluency, vocabulary, and etc. Now I have a topic. The topic is about describing people. So what do you think about how to create the assessment? Anyone knows how to enriching vocabulary?
Name.
Matching? Matching between? Matching between the meanings and also the expressions. And the second one, have you given the example of the dialogue? Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, the expression, how is it? How to do that? By asking about famous people, for example, asking about the parents, asking about the close friends, and etc. And then what else? Give them several limited topic related with describing people. Then ask them to create the dialogue. That is the way how to do that. Now I need you to divide this class into several groups. Then after that I will give you some options about the theme and what kind of activity that do you want to do for assessing your student. For example, whether dialogue, monologue, speech, presentation, or what. And then probably you have a conversation, role play. The topic will be given after you create a group. So can you do that right now? Yeah, okay. Please create a group. Okay guys, is there any difficulties in doing the assignment?
Nothing.
Okay, maybe you can having a vocabulary building first before giving the example of the dialogue, and then after that you must think what is the instruction for giving the final assessment. Okay? What about this group?
Almost finished.
Almost finished. Okay, well guys, I need two groups to have presenting about the result of your discussion related with the assessment. Okay, let me start with this group first. So what are the series of assessment that you want to give to your student?
Okay, so the first one, of course, is going to building the vocabulary by watching the video.
Okay, good.
Okay, and then after that, we have to like drill the vocabulary by like circling the vocabulary.
Okay.
And then after that, we going to like introduce them to the adjective. For example, like the color of the animals, the tail, the fur, and etc. And then after that, we're going to give the instruction to them to.
So what is the final assessment for your student?
Our final assessment is monologue.
A monologue.
Yes.
So it means they have a presentation.
Yes.
Okay, good job. Another group, raise your hand please. Okay, good.
So our topic is about transportation.
Uh-huh.
So for our formative assessment, we gonna match picture with the word.
Okay, good.
And then we're gonna guessing what's the sound of the transportation by listening to the audio.
That is for vocabulary building,
Yes,
right?
And then we're gonna make a dialect, and then it's still about the transportation, or maybe we can do like the connecting with the holiday, so it's gonna match with the transportation as well. And then we're gonna also do the fill in the blank according to the dialect.
Okay, it's very nice. So I can conclude that each of the group already knows about the way how to create the assessment, especially for formative and also the summative. Let me know about the scoring rubric. How do you implement it? This one is dialogue and this one is monologue. How do you score it? 1 up to 4 or in 1 up to 100?
1 up to 4.
1 up to 4. And what are the points that you that you want to assess? Pronunciation maybe?
Yes, of course, pronunciation, fluency, the vocabulary, and then the content. Is it related to the instruction or not?
Okay, good. So what about this group? Do you have any kind of rubric scoring? What is your final?
Making interview.
Making interview. It means that there will be a conversation, right? So what are the points that you stressing on your rubric scoring? Giving idea maybe? Fluency?
Yes.
Fluency and what else?
Pronunciation.
Pronunciation?
Diction.
Diction?
Vocabulary.
Do you think it is necessary to have an expressions or gesture?
Yes.
Yeah?
It is introduction and they have to express.
Yeah. It is impossible for them all doing like this. Okay, I'm fine, thank you. Rather than, okay, I'm fine, thank you. Right? So it needs an expression for them. Okay, guys. What we have learned today is about how to create the assessment and how to create the rubric scoring for the assessment. Is there any question? No? Okay, glad to hear that. It means that you are understand about the explanation, right? Okay, hopefully that what I give it to you today can be useful when you are being a real teacher in school and you can apply it in your life. Okay, thank you very much for joining my class today and I'll see you next week. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Baik, demikian pemaparan PDD UKT-PT atau pernyataan diri dosen untuk unjuk kerja Tridharma Perguruan Tinggi yang telah saya paparkan. Dan sebagai dosen, saya yakin bahwa Tridharma Perguruan Tinggi wajib untuk saya lakukan dan berharap ke depannya baik itu dari segi pengajaran, penelitian maupun pengabdian masyarakat akan semakin baik dan bermanfaat, baik itu untuk diri saya sendiri, institusi atau akademik, dan masyarakat sekitar. Terima kasih dan wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.